Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and get you totally prepped for what is, let's be honest, literally one of the most stressful driving scenarios imaginable. Today, we are breaking down exactly how to handle a vehicle breakdown using Erie Insurance, making sure you are never left stranded on the side of the road.
So, I want you to picture this. You're on this highly anticipated road trip, right? The music is playing, the windows are down, and suddenly, out of nowhere, your engine just sputters to a complete halt on a totally deserted stretch of highway. Panic immediately sets in. So what's your very first move? Who do you call? And maybe most importantly, how much is this whole ordeal going to cost you?
Well, today we're going to explore how adding Erie's emergency coverage actually transforms what feels like a potential nightmare into a highly manageable, kind of minor delay. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly what you're covered for, how to get help immediately, and how to avoid some of those really common pitfalls when the tow truck finally arrives.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll be hitting 1. The unexpected breakdown. 2. Understanding your coverage. 3. How to request assistance. 4. What to expect on site. And 5. Some pro tips and a final disclaimer.
Okay, moving right into section 1, the unexpected breakdown. Let's start with the immediate aftermath of your car dying, before you even think about reaching for your phone.
Before you request any assistance at all, you absolutely must prioritize your physical safety. If your car is acting up, smoothly steer it over to the right shoulder or, even better, an exit ramp. Immediately flip on those hazard lights. If you've got flares or warning triangles in the trunk, now is the time to set them up. But whatever you do, please do not stand right next to the active lane of traffic. You want to make yourself highly visible while keeping a really safe physical distance from moving vehicles. Only once you are completely secure should you even begin the claims process.
Which brings us to section 2, understanding your coverage. Let's look at what your policy actually does for you once you are safely pulled over.
This really brilliantly illustrates the breadth of your safety net. Basically, Erie's roadside coverage handles the big mechanical failures. If your car is dead, they cover towing to the nearest repair facility, plus an additional 20 miles. Locked out of your car? It happens to the best of us. You get up to $75 for locksmith services, and actually, that jumps to $125 if you have the Erie Auto Plus endorsement. They've also got you covered for battery jump starts, changing a flat tire, fuel delivery, and even winching your car out of mud or snow, as long as you're within 10 feet of a public highway.
But you know what is truly incredible here? The cost. This massive safety net only runs about $5 per vehicle per year, literally less than the price of a fancy drive-through coffee, and you get access to a 24/7 rescue service anywhere in the country.
But here is a vital detail, and you really need to remember this one. This coverage is not automatically included in a basic liability policy. It's an optional endorsement. To be eligible to add this $5 safety net, you have to already carry comprehensive or collision insurance on that specific vehicle. Since it's an add-on, you've got to proactively call your agent to get it slapped onto your policy.
Now, I love this comparison because it brings total clarity to how the coverage works in the real world. Think of it this way. Erie generally foots the bill for the labor and the dispatch, but you pay for the physical materials. So, if you run out of gas, Erie covers the cost of sending the truck out to you, but you pay the driver for the actual 2 gallons of gasoline they pour into your tank. Got a flat? Erie pays the mechanic to swap the tire, but you've got to provide a usable spare, or you pay for a new tire yourself. And if you insist on being towed 50 miles past the absolute nearest shop, you'll just pay the difference for those extra 30 miles out of pocket. Simple, right?
All right, section 3, how to request assistance. You know your coverage, now it's time to actually call in the cavalry. How do we do it?
Following these exact steps ensures your request is processed fast, without any of those annoying administrative delays. First, again, confirm your safety. Second, figure out exactly where you are. Look around for mile markers or cross streets and have your digital or physical ID card ready to go. Third, initiate the claim. You can do this through the Erie mobile app, their online web portal, or by simply calling their central dispatch line at 800-367-3743 and pressing option 2.
And the really great news here is that Erie partners with Agero, which is this massive nationwide dispatch network that handles over 85,000 roadside events for Erie every single year. Because of this partnership, the service is truly 24/7. So whether it's 4 a.m. on a random Tuesday or the dead middle of Christmas Day, pressing option 2 connects you instantly to a live dispatch system that's ready to send a local truck to your exact coordinates.
But honestly, the Erie mobile app is a total game changer for this. I highly recommend setting it up on your phone before you ever travel. By using the app, you can submit your request digitally, completely bypassing any potential phone hold times, which is huge during bad weather events when everyone is calling in. Best of all, The app taps right into your phone's GPS to pinpoint your exact location for the tow truck driver. That is an absolute lifesaver if you're broken down on an unfamiliar, pitch-black road and have no idea what mile marker you're at.
Okay, Section 4. What to expect on-site. Help is officially on the way, so let's break down exactly what happens when that tow truck finally pulls up.
Right after you submit your claim, you'll quickly get a confirmation text telling you the specific name of the local towing company that was dispatched. Now, when a truck arrives, remember this: you are the commander of this situation. Before letting anyone hook up your car, verify that the name on the side of the truck actually matches the text message you received from Erie. Check the driver's ID card, check the license plate. Once you're 100% confident it's the right provider, step back and let them get to work resolving your issue. And here is a massive pro tip straight from Erie's own guidelines to protect yourself. Never, ever sign a blank towing slip. Just don't do it. Make sure all the fees are clearly filled in first. If a driver refuses to show you the fees or their identification, you have every right to refuse service. Call 911 if you feel unsafe or suspect some sort of predatory towing scam. Trust your gut.
But, assuming everything goes totally smoothly with your dispatch driver, which it usually does, the financial side is an absolute breeze. Because there is no deductible for the specific roadside add-on, Erie Insurance bills AGRO directly for all that covered labor. So you don't have to scramble around for a credit card on the side of the highway to pay for the dispatch or the standard towing mileage. It is handled entirely behind the scenes for you.
All right, let's bring it home with Section 5, pro tips and a final disclaimer. Let's wrap up with some actionable items to make sure you are totally prepared for your next big trip.
Doing these simple things today is going to save you immeasurable anxiety tomorrow. First, literally pause this explainer and save 800-367-3743 in your phone contacts right now. Second, go check your trunk. A roadside tech cannot change your flat if your spare is deflated or just missing. Third, throw an emergency kit with flares and some warm blankets in the back. And finally, just remember that roadside assistance is specifically for mechanical breakdowns. If you are actually in a collision, that becomes a standard insurance claim handled a bit differently under your collision coverage, though you would still call that exact same 800 number to report it.
Now, as with anything insurance-related, we do have to mention a quick disclaimer. Insurance rules and coverages can and do vary slightly state by state. Like, for example, in North Carolina, roadside coverage is officially called towing and labor service coverage, and it comes with some unique limits. So always double-check your specific policy documents or just call your local Erie agent to confirm the exact, up-to-date details of your personal coverage.
But armed with this knowledge, that $5 safety net, and the Erie app ready to go on your phone, you are in incredibly good shape. So I'll leave you with this. Is your emergency kit packed? And are you truly ready for whatever the open road throws at you next? Take 10 minutes today to check your policy, pack up that trunk, and download the app. Safe travels out there, and thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.